evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the latest and the most comprehensive breakdown of the biggest news stories in Western Visayas here in Panay News Tonight. After being placed under a stricter modified enhanced community quarantine, Western Visayas' highly urbanized cities Iloilo and Bacolod are back to the more lenient general community quarantine. In a public address late Monday night, President Rodrigo Duterte approved the recommendation of the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases to scale down the quarantine status of the two cities beginning October 1. Over the weekend, Mayor Jerry Treñas of Iloilo City requested the task force for a general community quarantine shift after the National Task Force approved last week his separate request to place the city under modified enhanced community quarantine. Bacolod City's Mayor Evilio Leonardia also wrote to Department of Health Secretary Francisco Duque III on Monday for a similar shift for the entire month of October after being placed under modified enhanced community quarantine from September 8 to September 30. Meanwhile, Iloilo Province, Negros Occidental, Guimaras, Aklan, Antique, and Capiz remain under modified general community quarantine from October 1 to 31. About 2.4 kilos of suspected shabu valued at around 24 million pesos was seized in a bypass operation this Tuesday morning in Porok de Pilas, Barangay Handumanan, Bacolod City. 3 suspects were arrested and detained in Police Station 10. Operatives of the Police Regional Office 6 Regional Drug Enforcement Unit, Special Operations Unit 7, and Police Force of Bacolod City staged the operation around 9 in the morning. The suspects were 23-year-old Carlene Lonares, the subject of the operation, her 23-year-old live-in partner Nestor Brenosa, and her 30-year-old brother Richard Lonares. Recovered from their possession were 49 sachets of suspected shabu, a cell phone, and drug paraphernalia. A police asset initially bought from the suspect a sachet of illegal drugs for 11,000 pesos. Prior to the operation, the police subjected the suspects to 3 weeks of surveillance. They face a charge for violation of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. The key to the successful containment of COVID-19 in Western Visayas is improved testing capacity and contact tracing, according to Secretary Michael Lloyd Dino of the Office of the Presidential Assistant for the Visayas. The office is ensuring that provinces in Region 6 will have enough testing kits and machines, as well as strengthened contact tracing capability. Dina recently brought Department of Health Central Visayas Chief Pathologist Mary Jean Loreche and Chief Medical Technologist Prince Balaba to Western Visayas laboratories and made recommendations on how to increase swab sample processing. 3,000 specimens from the region were recently sent to Cebu for faster processing and addressed the backlog in the release of test results. The Iloilo provincial government has launched a web-based reverse contact tracing application that would fast-track the reporting of residents with probable exposure to COVID-19 patients. Governor Arthur Defensor Jr. led the launching of the Reverse Isolation and Contact Tracing Application, or RISC Trap, at Minatown Sports and Cultural Center. RISC Trap intends to upgrade the contact tracing capability of the government with the help of the Barangay Health Emergency Response Teams and the local government units. Residents will have to fill out a travel declaration card and the data will be encoded in the system. The database will contain a record of residents working and conducting business in establishments, industries, and livelihood sectors, as well as the record of persons exiting the barangay and traveling to destination where there are a large number of people, such as fishing ports, malls, banks, business establishments, government offices, and facilities, or a public gathering. The system was conceptualized by Defensor and created by the Information and Communication Technology Management Office of the Capital. In the event of virus transmission, the barangay can easily trace and identify possible contacts to COVID-19 positive. And those were tonight's latest headlines. This is Panay News, the #1 digital and printed news in the region. Don't forget to always wear a face mask and face shields, sanitize your hands, and observe proper physical distancing. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Stay safe, Western Visayas. See you again tomorrow evening.